How's it going, guys? Trey Clark here, as I usually am. Jump right into this as I usually do. TreyClarksDoghouse.com does not, how do I say it? I endorse this. This message. It's amazing to me how, because now they're starting the lockdowns again. Not here in Houston, but it is blowing me away how quickly we are willing to just go, yeah, okay, we'll shut down the whole country. I mean, it never did make sense to me from the very beginning, because I have to go, why don't we shut down for tuberculosis? Why don't we shut down for the flu every year? Because they're willing to destroy the middle to lower middle class economy. They're willing to do it for this, you know what? That, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if they're willing to do it for this, why not? Why is smoking legal? Okay. And the main thing is, it's not that it's not good for the government to make sure they're not poisoning us with the food, even though they are. It's that we're so willing to just go, okay, yeah, shut it down. Oh yeah, I'm out of work. Yeah, I mean, I'm out of work, but it's for the good of the country. I know more people died in car crashes since this happened. And it's like, it makes absolutely no sense. None whatsoever. And at first I thought, people just don't get it. Then we tried to start getting work done out at a place we were looking at in Weimar, Texas. Just simple stuff like dropping septic tanks and all that. And then the vid came along, and it's like, yeah, we don't really have any workers. Why? Because they're getting their monthly paychecks, and they're making more. What? It's out in the middle of the country, you can't, and you're not allowed to work, or they don't get their paycheck. So the whole idea of shutting the economy down to stop a virus that doesn't really kill that many people, or a low percentage of people that even get it, is insane. And all the models were wrong. But it's kind of like going into Iraq. It's like, oh yeah, sorry, we were wrong. We've been at war in the Middle East for ever since. There are people that are that were born after the war even started that are serving over there in Afghanistan to protect the poppy fields. But so then I'm sitting there going, people can't be that stupid. I mean, I interact with a lot of people all the time that, just general people that know how to tie their shoes and make change and all that kind of stuff. And then you realize they're not, when you have conversations with them and they're saying things like, well, it's for the good of the public. They're saying the same things. When I'm saying for the good of the public, I mean the lockdown, the masks, all this stuff. You start to realize that they like it. There's a difference between the person that's sitting there going, what the F and F? And then the person that proudly wears their mask that's monogrammed and, has a picture of their mother and whatever on it. There's a difference between us. They like it. That's like the only way they feel like they're doing some kind of civil duty. And that's the Chinese government. That's how they work. If you don't know how entrenched the Chinese are in our economy, Wall Street, and the government, our government, you need to learn, because find out what it's like to live in China. That is what we're working towards here. Okay? This freedom of speech stuff that we're arguing about is nothing compared to what it would be over there. They surveil, and they'll just come and yank your kid out of your house because he asked a question. And you can ask anyone who's just do your own research with that stuff. That's not hyperbole. Okay? We just had Chinese spy, found out there's having an affair as an intern with the congressman and had been around, has access to all kinds of stuff. The Chinese are our enemy. It's not Russia. Okay, the Chinese are the ones that are making us cover our faces. The Chinese are the ones that are hiring Facebook and Google to use their technology to do facial recognition, and they're using it here now. 5G isn't to, use the ionized atmosphere from HAARP or whatever. It's all just to quicker, to make it more accessible to do facial recognition and vocal recognition too. So then they can have these quantum computers, which is the main reason these are for. It's not for searching space and planets and stuff like that. It's to collect data, and data comes in bits from my voice and this right here. So they can just hit a button, is what they should be able to do if they get their way, and then suddenly this message gets flagged. Then they don't really have to do an invasion. They just go. They don't have to take over. I've suddenly violated some kind of deal, and my account gets shut down. My credit cards can get shut down. Good luck with that. You have my credit score. My car can be turned off. That's what happens there. I lose enough social points that I can't operate. And the thing that bothers me is the liberals should be more concerned than anybody, because we just elected in their worst enemy, supposedly, 4 years ago. So what if a real bad guy gets elected in and he has the authority and power to execute a command to say it is illegal to say a certain word, or to, like Twitter and all them, they're kind of doing it, but they're shutting your accounts down. But in a way, like I do commerce on social media. That's where most of my business comes from. So when they shut it down because of a fact check or something like that, it becomes a problem. It's a way of social, force. And I don't know why that doesn't bother anyone, or I didn't, until I really thought it through and started looking at people and getting into conversations, and you're like, they really do want communism. There are people that that you've interacted with probably in the last couple of days that would gladly turn you in for not wearing a mask if the government told them to. All the hotlines, although it was funny that people started sending in pictures of their penises and stuff to the hotlines. But, there's hey honey. But it's interesting that people are so willing to roll over. And it's not because they don't get it. It's because they do, and that's what they want. So, hope y'all are well. Trey Clark, out. Cheers.